Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2.
rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
County Commissioners Court now in session, the Honorable Judge Pete Trevino presiding.
It's May 26th, 2023. Jim Wells County Commissioners Court, 9 a.m., now in session. Agenda item number 3, public testimony. Any public testimony? Nobody signed in. Number 4, discuss, consider, and take action on minutes from previous meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second. I have a motion, and I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 5, discuss, consider, and take action to approve, update, and revisions to the Jim Wells County procurement process. We had assembled a committee to review our procurement processes for several different reasons. The main thing is to make sure that we are following our processes for grant applications and any other financial resources that we utilize. So does everybody have a copy of it?
I don't have a copy of it.
Okay, so the committee was myself, Mr. Huicho, Mr. Huicho Gonzalez, Cindy Garcia, our assistant auditor, Noe, our auditor, Noe Gomez was there also. My executive secretary, Isabel Trevino, was there, and also our grant administrator, Humberto Garza, was there also. So, and our county attorney, Michael Guerra. So we went over several things that were on it, and we tailored it to what we're doing now. We weren't quite following it to the T, so some of the changes that we've made included, if you have, let's see, on the old one, if you go to page 3, see, we can share mine. I think I can see it from there. If you go to page 3, it starts with the categories. Okay, you got it? Okay, with the categories, and our old procurement process starts with less than 500, and it's discretionary. And then you go to category 2, 500 to 1,000, and it's recommended that you get bids. Category 3, 1,000 to 10,000. Again, it was recommended that you get bids. And then number 4, from 10 to 5,000, it did ask for 3 bids. And then, of course, category 5 for purchases greater than 50,000, well, we go to the RFP process. So some of the changes we made was, instead of having 5 categories, we went to 3 categories. And category 1, purchases less than 10,000. This is the recommendation from the committee, but it's incumbent of the Commissioners Court if we want to change that to a higher number or a lower number. But purchases less than 10,000 do not require, but you may get competitive bids. So that being said, does the Commissioners Court, have any problem with the number that the committee recommended?
Everything over that, you need a bid, Judge?
Yes. Everything over that, for sure, you need a bid shall, and
10.
that's category 2.
Over 10.
Over 10. So the reason that came about was now in this day and age, with materials and all that, you're going to reach $10,000, quick. So that doesn't mean you don't have to.
It's recommended.
It's
right?
recommended. Yeah, it's recommended. That's the only one that's recommended. Category 2 is 10,000 or more, but less than 50,000. That one, you do have to go out. We don't have the authority. Nobody has the authority in Jim Wells County to not go out for 3 bids at least. And they could be sealed bids, they could be open bids, however the administrator or the department head or official sees fit, but they must go out for 3 bids.
Unless they're on the buy board.
Unless they're on tips or a buy board vendor, a cooperative buy board. Let me go ahead and pass this that way. You have one? Okay. So when I was doing this, or when I was updating it, and really it came about when I went out for bids for lawn service. So when we go out for bids for lawn service, we had a few quotes, a few bids. But I noticed that after the bid process and we awarded, we put them in a file, and if somebody else opens the file, there's no way of them knowing what actually happened and how we collected the bid. So I came up with a form, the Jim Wells County Vendor Acquisition Form. This is so we can be as transparent as possible. If any new employees come in, they open the file, all they have to do is read this, and it'll tell them exactly how we vetted that vendor and how we approved them, who reviewed it, how many quotes we had, and so forth. It also has the cooperative buy board vendor. If we do that, we don't have to go out for bid. All we do is mark down their name, their member number, and the cost. And same thing with sole source purchases. It's also on the vendor acquisition form. This form is for transparency purposes and should be attached to anything we go out for.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
On used equipment, so how do we handle that, Noe?
That's what y'all are deciding right now.
Like, say, get a competitive price, is something similar to it, or how would that work?
For
What
what?
would be the amount?
Or a used piece of equipment, say a backhoe, you got a 2015 backhoe for $70,000, okay. So how do we determine if it's a good, it's not a buy board and it's over the 50,000, so do we get something, a bid from something similar to it, or?
Yes, as much as you can.
Yeah,
As
That's a
similar
real
as-
difficult one because you can't compare apples to apples.
it's hard
I'm trying to get a brush truck and you can't get another bid from a brush truck the same style. So you just gotta make your best
Well,
judgment and be able to say that's your best price. If it's
yeah.
not on buy board.
I would get 3 bids that match as close to you as possible. Of course, you're gonna make the decision which one best fits you, but at least you have 3 competitors having the same
Get
shot.
something similar to it, as far, from different vendors, of course.
Yes.
But, we,
But if you create your own specifications, like something that you think you want, or even like that vehicle that you found, and you can make specs with that and send it to 2 other vendors, and if they don't have or they don't respond, then you have that to back you up.
One of your
what
safest
happens,
bets
it's
would
like
be-
buying a car. You're gonna go drive it, you like it, so how do you compare to something, you can't go all over the world and, so
as close as
It's
possible.
gonna be a judgment call at some point, you know.
Your safest bet would be if you can go through buy board, that's protects
The
you.
only thing is, it's used.
And if we can't, the best thing is to get us the bids as close as you can to the specifications that you want, and then you're gonna make the final decision. But you're giving three competitors an opportunity to bid for your business or county business.
So that way I'll know that, you know, to get three similar bids, you know.
And category 2, 10 through 50,000, you can go through buy board, whatever method that you do use. If you get three bids, and then you have a evaluation committee, and the evaluation committee on this particular one could be you, one of the commissioners, their what do you call them? The foreman, or one of your employees, or your whoever you see fit. 3 would be great. On 2 would be okay also, but 3 would be best. What you would do is, on that vendor acquisition form, you tell us who reviewed it, and of course, what vendor got the award. On category 3, which purchases over 50,000, we have to go through competitive bidding statutorily by law. So you go out for RFP, and this one, what changed on this one was, this one had that RFPs go through the auditor's office, and they actually don't. They go through the county judge's office. So we went ahead and changed that to county judge's office, to where we advertise, we collect, and not review, because we have a review committee, and we'll go into that further in depth here in just a little bit. But we follow the statutorily what we got to do with for going out for RFPs. And on page 4, I don't know how much of this you want me to read, because everything that's, well, some of y'all's it's not highlighted, but everything that's highlighted is new. I don't know if I need to go, word for word on it, but we do have an evaluation committee process, which allows us that when we go out for bid, when it comes to Commissioners Court and we go out for RFP, that at that point, we're going to name a committee, an evaluation committee. And the evaluation committee will have 3 to 5 members, scoring members. They could be department heads, employees, subject matter experts, community members, and/or relevant persons, excluding elected officials. We didn't want elected officials to be on the RFP process for selection. When the committee is assembled, we select a committee chair to chair that group. They'll do all the evaluations. They can do reference checks. They can basically do whatever it takes to vet the vendor as good as we can, and then they make a professional recommendation, which includes the review of course, how much the bid is, and the level of expertise and experience the vendor has. After that is considered, once they have selected vendor, it comes back to Commissioners Court. And we also included here that we can ask for, let's see, where is this at? If expressly permitted by the solicitation, oral presentations, site visits, reference checks, and/or conducting a review of vendors performing websites. The reason we put that in there is because we want to start being very, very diligent on how we award our vendors, because Sometimes, we get 6% of the project, 7% of the project, 5%, and we're trying to give us all our possible rules and policies that allow us to negotiate. So we can negotiate as low as we can and get the biggest bang for our buck, because a lot of times we're just agreeing to 6%, and we don't want to continue to do that. We want to save our taxpayer money. Let me see what else. After that, let's see. After the RFP process and it goes to Commissioner's Court, the Commissioner's Court will do the final selection on the vendor and move it forward. And of course, after completion of everything, a vendor acquisition form must be submitted. The next one that we did add was the emergency, the sole source purchasing, and other exempt purchases. In other words, if we have a catastrophe, a weather event, or whatever, where we have to make purchases on the spot, we have that authority through the emergency process. If it's on weekdays and we are working, we can follow, a process where we're all still here. But if not, if it's on the weekend or have called weather days and nobody's working at the courthouse, they're taking care of their families, then as soon as we get back, the next working day, we'll have to do our checks and balances with our auditors. I don't think there's anything that is more important than what I just said. Is there any questions about that? Sole source. This is a policy that we instituted because there's some times where we have computer programs. You have a court view, and we have a couple of other programs that we do use that if we're updating, they're the only ones that we can get it from because it's their systems. And any other form where whatever we're going out for, where we only have one person we can get it from, as long as we write down or document that we contacted three vendors and they don't have the whatever the technology or whatever we're looking for, that we use the sole source and we get the only person who offers it will get that.
And those are pretty much limited to like county clerk, district clerk,
Pretty
sheriff's
much.
department,
It's
stuff
very
like that.
it's very
Very
limited.
limited because of the programs. Right.
And this last one, expenditure limitations on outgoing county officials, policy of compliance. So this one is to protect the county if there's any officials that don't get reelected or anything like that. We set a limit of 10,000 that they could spend. Anything over that, they'd have to bring to Commissioner's Court to get approved. What else? On that one, that's basically it. It's basically a little protection for the county. Other than that, after the page 13, it's our federal procurement, so we didn't really touch that one. We just touched on the first 12 pages. So on that review, does anybody have any questions or any explanations that need to be done or made? Everybody's okay with the $10,000 purchase or less than?
Are you finished, Judge? I
Yes,
make a
sir.
motion to approve.
I'll second.
I have a motion and I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? Y'all have anything?
Judge, if I may, I just want to thank the committee that got together. We worked on it twice and it was excellent. Everybody was open-minded with it. And a lot of these changes were changes that reflect on the commissioners because it was extremely hard to go to bids every time we needed a tire, $500. So it creates a lot of paperwork. So But at the same token, we're being transparent with everything. Somebody comes in here and says, hey, I put a bid in here, what happened? Like the judge said, this list right here will show everybody it was done correctly. It's transparent, everybody's aware of it, everybody can see it. You request information that's there. It's protecting your tax dollars. So everything, I just want to commend the committee for putting it together, and thank you for your time. Thank you, Judge.
Yes,
Thank you.
I also want to thank the committee, you know, it's well overdue to have something in writing.
One more time, Judge. The last thing right here on the elected officials, that was something that we've been trying to get here for a long time, because if somebody doesn't get reelected, a lot of people tend to say they're blowing the money away. No, this will protect your tax dollars and say, you know what, anything over 10,000, you got to bring it to Commissioner's Court, and it's protected. So that's one of my favorite ones right there.
I'm glad because when we apply for grants or we apply for any other monies, a lot of times they're just asking us to follow our own policies. If we're following your own policies, you're doing a good job. If you're not following your own policy, you're shooting yourself in the foot. So we were able to put all this together, and I do commend the committee myself because we worked hard on it. I mean, it doesn't seem like it was only 2 meetings, but we did a lot, and everybody provided their recommendations. And in the future, we're going to get more committees together to address other issues around the courthouse and around the county.
Judge, I got one question. So whenever you said that they're gonna spend up to 10,000, is it up to 10,000 or is it 3 transactions of 10,000?
Up to 10,000. Yeah. Now you're getting a little specific there. We don't want to have, if it's on one purpose, we don't want to split. You know, if it's on one purpose and it's over 50 and you split it, then you're really violating not only our policy but federal policy. So we keep real good track of that because number one, we don't want to get in trouble, and number two, we want to show that we're following our policy. Good question, though. Okay, let's see. So,
Have we
okay.
voted on it yet?
No, we just need a motion.
Okay, we voted on it.
We have a motion, we have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, guys.
Number 6.
Agenda item number 6, consent agenda. Go ahead.
This one, all you say is consider agenda, like, you don't have to read it, but I went through it and I approve of it with you also, okay?
I'll make a motion to approve item as presented.
I have a motion, I have a second. Any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 7. Discuss, consider, and take action to evaluate submitted proposals to select and designate a bank depository for Jim Wells County, and we have it right here.
41.
We only have one bid that was submitted, and this was from Prosperity Bank. Let's see. Mr. Silva, you can probably help me find the rates quicker than I would find them.
Yes, there was 2 packages submitted, one to your office and one to JC's office for the public funds and the trust funds. And the proposal basically is the same. First of all, I'd like to say good morning to the judge and honorable commissioners. And our package that we presented is basically the same as we currently have, except the rate is a little better. And you'll find the rate on page, we do a variable fixed, not a fixed rate bid, but a variable rate bid, and that's on page 3 of the bid. And if you look on number 2, interest-bearing deposits, it's showing the rate at cheat rate, which is right now 0.15 basis points plus 25 basis points with a floor of 0.25%. Currently, we were offering you the sheet rate with a floor of 0.20, which is your current rate that you're getting. So right now, we're basically doubling that from 0.20 to 0.40 with a 25 basis points, and the floor going up a little bit from 0.20 to 0.25. So the rate went up on your bid. Again, no service charges like we're currently doing for the county. Everything stays the same. No fees that were associated with this bid, just like our current bid. Everything basically is the same except for the rate. We went up on the rate a little bit for the county, for the public funds and the trust funds. The bids are the same.
All righty, thank you very much.
Thank you, David.
Yes, sir.
Name the bank.
Yeah, I already did. Prosperity Bank, yeah.
I can make a motion to accept item, Prosperity Bank as our depository for Jimos County.
I second.
Okay, I have a motion, I have a second to accept Prosperity Bank as our depository. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you all. We appreciate your support, and we'd like to continue working with the county for the growth of the county and the city. Thank you.
Thank you, we appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, David.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir,
I
definitely.
just want to thank David and glad they got the bid. They're always very helpful. If we have any kind of problems, pick up the phone, call them, and we have a very good relationship with them. I want to appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, thank you. Agenda item number 8, discuss, consider, and take action on approval of Fund 50 request from Alice Boys and Girls Club and West Side Youth Center to be taken from Fund 50 at the amount approved by Commissioners Court. So we had 2 that were approved, I guess we approved in the last Commissioners Court.
They proposed. Would they be
They
proposed?
were proposed to be, and then we had 1 that was submitted by Mr. Garza. They're not on the agenda. The application packet they submitted wasn't specific to what they were going to do as far as a program. So that's why that's why you're not on the agenda today. We discussed it earlier. I think that you know what you got to put on it now and be very specific, because this is very different from the other monies that were given to nonprofits. It's a whole different.
If I may ask, what was it that specifically that was put on there?
It wasn't specific enough on the drug and alcohol programs that you're offering. It may have said rehabilitation, but that didn't really tell us exactly what is the money's going to be for, you know. We regret that we can't help, but man, you guys, we know you, we know what y'all do, and we appreciate what y'all do. And I'm sure that when it comes around again, you all know what you need to put on the application. Okay, thank you. So we do have the Boys and Girls Club and the Alice Youth Center. Miss Cindy, how much do we have in there? The treasurer's report?
I got 150.
Attaboy, Noe.
Glasses. 150 right now has an ending balance at the end of last month, 67,814.20. But I believe our policy says that we have to leave $25,000 in there.
At all times.
Is that correct, Ventura?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
We have to
correct.
leave that. Anything above that is y'all's decision as to.
67 what?
814.
So there's 67,000, Louis?
67,000 in there,
So there's
but
42 to award.
whatever amount you all decide on.
The Alice Boys and Girls Club is requesting 20,000. 20,000. And the Alice Youth Center is requesting 26,600.
Why don't we split it? Huh? What do you think about splitting it?
21,000 each.
We, I think last year we had the same problem. We just split it,
Yeah.
so
I'd like to
I
make
agree
a,
with Commissioner Wisho.
I'd like to make a motion to split that, Judge, would be at 21,407.10 between both applicants.
Okay. I have a motion.
I'll second.
And I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? So the motion is to split, it's 21,
21 each, I guess.
407, 21,
407.
If I can recommend, just do 20 and leave a little cushion for next year. That's like,
20 each.
yeah, would
Okay, so
be,
I'm gonna,
leave 2,000 outstanding for next year.
the motion,
Yeah, just,
send the motion.
no, you don't have to rescind it, just, we haven't voted on it, so just,
Okay, I'd just like to make a motion to go ahead and just give 20,000 to each of the applicants.
okay, so, Mr. Gonzalez is amending his motion, to offer 20,000 to each one. And I have a second by Ms. Chapa. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Hopefully it builds up again.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Agenda item number 9, discuss, consider, and take action on a proclamation for National Law Enforcement Week from May 14th, 2023 to May 20th, 2023, proclamating Law Enforcement Week. Yeah, the dates have already passed, but we did present the proclamation to our law enforcement during their luncheon.
I make a motion.
Do we have any
Proclaim.
events for the county on the law enforcement?
We had one, yeah,
Okay, thank you. I'll second it.
great. I have a motion and I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Agenda item number 10, discuss, consider, and take action on a proclamation recognizing May as Children's Mental Health Acceptance Month.
We don't have to read, so we'll just,
Yeah, we don't have.
I'll
to
make a
read
motion to accept item number 10 as presented, Judge.
I'll second.
Second.
May 2nd.
I have a motion and I have a second to accept agenda item number 10 as stated. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 11, discuss, consider, and take action to adopt a resolution supporting Jimmy County's application to the Texas Department of Transportation 2023 Transportation Alternatives set aside TA, call for projects to construct sidewalk improvements in Bembolt for a pedestrian connectivity and accessibility project from school campuses in Bembolt Highway 281.
Judge, this is a resolution, I guess it requires for us to do this, to do the grant that we applied. It's a three-phase grant, and there's one, the first one is gonna be from 281 to the high school. And then from the church there in Bembo, goes behind it around 4th Street towards back to 2508. That's be stage one, and then stage two would be from the high school back over to Walker Street, back to the convenience store. And then phase four would be back from 4th Street back to the Concepcion, Zaragoza streets of 2508. And those are three phases right there. We're already at level 2. We passed the first one. And we're excited that we're in the second level for it. We're having a meeting there in Bembolt High School Tuesday. We invite the public to go out there and support and give us kind of support to be able to show the TxDOT that we're behind this project. Is very much needed, as you well know, Judge.
Yes, definitely.
And we stand a real good chance of following through. Hopefully we can get all 3 projects approved.
This is a great project, Bembolt students and family and friends out there. They deserve this. I know that Mr. Gonzalez, Commissioner Gonzalez, has really worked hard on trying to make this happen, and it's looking really good. And I do have my letter of support ready for you.
And we've asked, Ms. Jam Lozano has already submitted his letter of support. We're expecting Chuy, also to send his. And Judge, like I said, you just send yours, and anybody can send any other ones. We appreciate it very much. I've already gotten with the school board, and they're submitting theirs also, so.
Anybody out there
Awesome.
in the Bembolt area or in Precinct 4 area, please come to the meeting on Tuesday, show your support. Our kids and our family and friends deserve it. That being said, can
I'll make a motion to accept items presented, Judge.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 12. Discuss, consider, and take action to authorize the county judge to execute the settlement participation and release forms regarding the settlement offers in the matter of Texas opioid multi-district litigation for the county in the matter of County of Jim Wells versus Purdue Pharma, Inc., MDL, pretrial cause number 2018-63587 in the 552nd District Court, Harris County, Texas. So this has been going on, I think, for a while already, for about 6 years, I think. We do have, I want to say, the amount that we've been allocated.
It's a little over $20,000, Judge.
I wanted to make sure, because for some reason I thought it was 50. I guess I was hoping it was.
It's exactly $20,089.49. And
Very
there are multiple defendants in here. We've already settled with a couple of them. Most of the larger players are still in litigation, have not settled. I think the largest one we've settled with so far is Johnson & Johnson. This is Allergan, which is one of the smaller defendants. And like I said, we still have multiple left, but Allergan is not one of the bigger defendants. So that's probably the reason for the, this is less than what we got. I think we got close to 150,000 on the first one, or 165, if I recall. So this is not quite as much, but this is one of the smaller defendants, and we still have several left. So our outside counsel in this matter is recommending accepting this settlement offer.
Thank you, Mr. Guerra.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Just one question. Are these settlements, are they going into one
Yes,
fund?
I made a revenue line item for it.
Okay, so they're all in, it's all gonna be in there. And I guess we're gonna have, Mr. Guerra, we're gonna have specific ways that we have to spend this kind of money. We just can't just spend it anyway, correct?
Right, it can't be put in, it cannot be put into just general revenue. There are some restrictions on what we can spend it on. I've been trying to get from them some guidance on some kind of what types of projects we can use it on. And I'm still waiting for them, but as soon as I get that, I'll report back to the court.
Thank you, sir. I would love to use some of this money for drug and alcohol programs for our adults and for our juvenile probation departments. Lord, we need it. That being said, I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 13. Discuss, consider, and take action to approve county treasurer's report and other monthly reports.
A motion to approve.
I'll second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 14, discuss, consider, take action to approve county auditor's monthly reports.
Commissioners Court, Judge. The first one I'm gonna go over is the auditor's monthly report for the month ending April 30 on 2023. On our revenue, general fund up to this point has collected 81% of the total amount budgeted. Overall, total revenues are at 80%. Next, you will see the expenditures for all of the different departments. The amount or the percentage that you should have at this point is 33 through April. Anything over that, we should look at it, see why you're over. We have everything at overall with everything. We have 33, and that's where we're supposed to be at. So we have a 0 variance up or down. We're just where it's supposed to be.
So 33% is expenditure?
Yes, sir. Okay, on the sales tax report,
Hold on, Mr. Hold on. Real quick. Do we suspect that variance is gonna change?
hopefully, like I
Positive?
told you last time, a lot of these payments having to do with the grants have been taken out of the general fund. We're hoping that we get reimbursed for a lot of these, and that should take where you're over on some of your line items. But we had to pay those. It's in a reimbursement type situation, and hopefully we'll get some of that money back. Anything else?
This includes the sales tax or doesn't?
No, I'm gonna do the sales tax now.
Okay, so the
The next
variance,
report's the sales tax.
so the variance will change a little bit then, right? Oh, yeah.
The sales tax report through April of this year, and I just want to comment that our sales tax is doing fantastic the last 2 years, a year and a half. At this point, we're supposed to be at 33, we have collected 40.22% of our sales tax. Jim Wells County, our monthly payment at this current period is $318,556.84. At this time last year, we got $239,650.88, or a difference of $78,905.96. Overall for the year in comparison to last year, at this time this year, we have $1,227,145.46. At this time last year, we had $1,434,434.22, or a difference compared this year to last year of a plus $226,711.24. Thank you all.
Thank you, Noe.
Does it say anywhere here what we projected on the,
Sales tax.
It is on this page right here. The budget for 2023
Oh,
was
yeah.
3,050,461. And like I said, at this point, we've collected 40%, 40.22%.
yeah, so the general fund is 2 million, 2.4 million?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Noe.
I make a motion to accept.
Second.
Pray to God that keeps going up, going good. For some reason, we may think that things are bad and bad and bad, but actually, people are spending their money here in Jim Wells County, and we appreciate that. We want that to continue to happen. So I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 15, discuss, consider, and take action on payroll and bills as submitted by the county auditor, with exception of Fund 52, 53, and 54.
I make a motion to approve these bills.
Second.
I have a motion and I have a second. Any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Judge, if I may, but before we close, just want to let everybody know that we closed on that property we purchased in Fremont at the church last Friday. Judge and I went to go sign paperwork on there. So it's a 28,000 square foot building. We purchased for $90,000 out of in Fremont. So we just go out there, take a couple of bids to remove the pews out, and then we do probably put some carpet in there. And we're ready to open it up, and we're gonna extend some services out there from here. I know the judge had talked about, we're doing the veterans at least once a week over there, same like in Orange Grove. And we have other services that we're gonna have available there in Fremont. So just want to let everybody know we closed on it already, so basically ours.
That's a
And I
good
want to
thing.
make the comment that this was with ARPA funds.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Don.
That's a good announcement, and that's, we're just trying to,
Be transparent with the communities and let them know what we're doing with their
You
money.
might want to also remind the cybersecurity test, the ones that haven't taken it, they had a deadline of May, right?
It's gotta be done.
So, still have time, so we need to take our tests.
The cybersecurity deadline, 8/31st. Everybody's gonna have-
What's our percentage right now?
completion rate.
I'm assuming less than 70%. I need to encourage everybody to take it before the deadline.
Want to send it,
Remind everybody.
We still have time, so we need to.
Can we see a list of the people that haven't taken it?
we gotta be careful because that's not on the agenda. We're getting off track.
Yes, sir.
It's not on the agenda, but can you put an email out, please? Can I have a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion, I have a second. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you all off, but it's gotta be on the agenda. We can discuss it.
I was just,
I understand.
mine didn't have a response.
You're good, you're good.
I just put it out there.
Judge, real
We're trying to do
quick,
good
I
things.
had called to be put on the agenda, and this is my first time here, so I don't know what the procedures are.
Uh-huh.
So I apologize in advance, but my situation
Hey,
is.
Can you hold on, please?
Yes,
Can
of
you
course.
come over here?
Of course.
Can you please, before we adjourn, we're gonna go back to public speaking. Can you please fill out one of those forms?
Okay,
And I can give you 3 to 5 minutes.
Let her know that we
I
can't
appreciate you, thank
discuss.
you so much, I know we're already for a weekend.
Let her know we can't discuss.
Yeah, so the way it works is when we go to public speaking, all we can do is listen, we cannot respond.
I would be considered public speaking, even
Yes.
though I called and asked to be put on the agenda in reference to my situation, or how does that?
Yeah, since it's not on the agenda, the only way is public speaking.
So there's gonna be no vote on it, it's just hearing.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, I need the commissioners.
Would you like to speak to me in my office after this instead of that?
Oh, yes, that
And
would
then
be
if,
perfect.
and then if we need to put it on the agenda, we'll make
Well,
that decision.
it's gonna be past the point of my situation. I mean, I'll speak real fast and let y'all know. I mean, everybody's like, what's going on? You know, that kind of thing. So what else do you need, sir, right here? Just make her sign it?
Yeah, just,
Okay, well, my name is Ana Barajas. I'm from Sandia. I own a fireworks stand. And according to the state law of Texas, I have to have the commissioner's approval to be able to sell Memorial Day. So that was my situation. I have my permit and everything that I sell for since 2016. So it's been a little bit, almost 20 years that I've been selling. And I wanted to just take on the task of doing it and selling it in Memorial Day. And I had called previously, that I spoke with Commissioner Chapa in reference to it, and she sent me to the Commissioner's Court and asked to be put in the agenda, and unfortunately, it looks like I was not. So basically, that was the reason I was here, in order to get the Commissioner's Court. According to the state of Texas, I need your permission to be able to sell in Memorial Day according to my permit. But thank you anyway, though. I appreciate you. I'll try again next year.
No problem.
Go ahead, let's close it. Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr.
guys.
Gomez. Thank you.